Welcome back. We're back talking about how many and how much and why being able to multiply and divide is so important for our students. The pattern in mathematics is with the multiplication and division in terms of place value. So to go from 4 to 40, it's times 10. To go from 40 to 400, it's times 10. These patterns are always about multiplying by 10, or I could say back the other way, I'm taking 1/10 of it. So you can say that that's a divide by 10. It's never about adding or subtracting. It's not about saying, well, here this is plus 36, this is plus 360, this is plus 3,600, this is plus 3.6, and this is plus 0.36 or 36 hundredths. The pattern, you can see the pattern is in the multiplying and dividing. And that's so important because our students need to understand that when I'm doing division or multiplication, if I've got 8 elephants and I put them into groups of 2 elephants, so now I'm saying this is the total and this is how much is in each share, so this is the size of the unit, I'm going to get 4 groups. If I said I had 8 elephants and I was going to put them into 2 groups, I would get 4 elephants in each group. So the way you ask the question determines the answer that you get. If I wrote that mathematically, right, I could write something like this. So division, there's the division symbol, right, that gets me 4. This one, 8 of anything divided into 2 gets me 4 of that size, 4 groups. So that's the size of the unit doesn't change the relationship between the numbers. So for example, if I've got 800 divided by 200, I get 4. If I've got 8 tens divided by 2 tens, I still get 4. Right? If I've got 8 ones divided by 2, I still get 4. Right? As long as those units are the same size, I can divide them. Even to the point where I can say 8 tenths, how many 2 tenths? The size of the unit doesn't change the relationship. Let's draw that one. So there's my tenths. I have 8 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the question is, if I've got 8 tenths, how many lots of 2 tenths can I do? Well, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer to that is 4. So you can see by having the same size units, doing division actually with fractions and decimals actually doesn't actually change anything. It's actually much easier. If you've got the same size unit, you can do the division. It makes it much simpler. It's the reason why I can do things like this when we teach children about division. You know that 20 divided by 5 is 4, but so is 200 over 50, so is 2,000 over 500, but so is 2. How many halves? How many halves are there in 2? There are actually 4. And you can keep going, right? You can keep going as long as each way, as far as you want. The size of the piece, the size of the unit, doesn't change the relationship between the numbers. I'll be back in a minute with a clean board to continue.